As the conversations swirl around MP. One of those, of course, is how vocal MP has been about these rivalry games he plays in. His goal is to win each and every one of them.
And for MP and this team, they love outdoing their rivals. It's been extra sweet for them and their fans. We've seen some barn burners with MP leading the charge. This is a confident team right now. Tonight, another opportunity for what would be a huge win this season.
Here's D. Shakes him. It's rebounded by Giddey. Pass outing for the Bulls. It was a loss to Dallas. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, Giddey. After the missed three from D. Giddey, the pass to Vucevic. Shoots over McDaniel. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Here's D. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
Unselfish, good vision. Nice dime by Julius.
Pass to Buzelis. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And Giddey gets it to go.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Edwards. Outside for Randall. To the inside. Clock is at 3. D passes to Randall. From outside, off the mark. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been
tipped away. It's White on the wing. Vucevic, a screen on Randall. Yes, that goes in.
The IQ of White, reading those pick and rolls and just taking what the D gives him.
Here's D. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Buzelis. Pass to Dosunmu. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaden McDaniel. It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Here's D. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. From outside the arc, buries it from three-point range. D's got 8.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
And here's White, coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Here's Giddey, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And if he sniffs the rim, he's attacking. Giddey not messing around when he gets in close like that.
D passes to Gobert. Gobert with a screen on Giddey. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
This is what the team relies on Gobert for, clearing the glass and finishing the play.
Bulls trail by 5. Now here's Here's Giddey. He's got 5. Pass to White. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. White the pass to Vucevic. Rebound Minnesota. Randall's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the left wing. Randall a screen on Giddey. Back to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Hornets.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Here is Edwards. After the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. Vucevic with the rebound. The Bulls trailing. Dosunmu with it. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
No higher percentage shot than that, guys. You love seeing Vucevic finish at the rim like that. Excellent aggressiveness there.
Gobert the screen. D passes to Randall. It's stolen by Buzelis. Giddey with it. Out defended by Randall. The tray. Rebound Minnesota. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins. And looking for number 8 tonight.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
And here's Vucevic after the 3-pointer from D. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Giddey. Banked in off the glass. Giddey's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Randall. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. And it's D missing. Bulls trail by 4. He lobs it up, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Celtics. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Chicago making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for McDaniels. Randall from outside. It's all in by the Bulls.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from 3-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And one more thing they've done well tonight, they've attacked the rim viciously and have gotten a lot of points by just going at the defender.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Randall. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And Mike Conley subbed in for D. Now, here's Reid. No good with the layup.
And not allowing the shooter even
Here's Ball. Scoreless thus far. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Dosunmu. Kevin Huerter is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Collins in at the center, filling out the middle.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And so it's Minnesota with it after the Bulls pick up 2. Reed with the screen on Ball. And that one's good. D.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Fast break, Minnesota hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Ball, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And the call will be against D. That's foul number 2 for him. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed.
To the lineup to the Timberwolves, number 27, Rudy Gobert.
And here is Dosunmu. He had 15 points last night. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Let's go across the court, and here's some more news on MP.
Thanks, guys. MP grew up in the Chicago area and was a star player in the Illinois high school system. I talked to him about those times, and he said I made a lot of great friends on those teams, guys that will be with me for the rest of my life. I love Chicago, and the relationships I have here are bigger than anything else. It's come a long way since his high school days. Let's send it back to you guys.
Yeah, I like his appreciation for Chicago. Thank you, D.A. That's great stuff. I'm sure MP's got a lot of fans in his hometown of Chicago, and in this crowd right now, cheering him on. Now, Dosunmu. After the missed 3 from D. Pass the ball. And here's Collins. Now, Herter. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Ball following the 3 by Minnesota. There's the triple. Minnesota with the rebound.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Edwards at the rim.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Bulls trail by 14. Herter kicks the ball. To end the run. Krill's the three-pointer. Ball's got 5 now.
Hit works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Clark, in terms of young superstars, it doesn't get much better than Anthony Edwards.
Amen to that, partner. Every franchise wants a franchise player. Minnesota, I think, hit the jackpot drafting Edwards first overall back in 2021. Last year, we saw Ant-Man take it to another level, making his first of what I think will be many All-NBA teams. Well, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Here's D. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Frank, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defender.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Buzelis comes in for Dosunmu. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Kevin Huerter. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And the Bulls making a change here. Huerter's checked in. Chicago on defense. It's a 13-point game. The three. And he drills it. Beautiful release there from D. D's got 23.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now here's Vucevic. Ball from long range. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Outside, Ball. Now here's Huerter. 11 points last game. No good, unable to end this run. Here's Edwards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you see, don't you, Clark, this steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Dillingham. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over. In a moment here to check out the stats for Julius Randle. Last season, he played outstanding. Last year, averaging 24 points per, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
Now, here's Vucevic. Last game, 26 points, 4 on the clock. Pass to Smith. And a deep 3 from Ball. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
They get it back.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Huerter passes the ball. Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. He scores for only his 3rd time tonight. Now 3 for 10, taking a climb out of the hole.
Well, I tell you what, Ball doing a nice job using his size down in the post, rising up above his defender to get that one to go down.
Here's D. He's got 23. Edwards' shot is good. Edwards got his 3rd basket of the night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Vucevic. Out to Smith. Outside, Ball. Shoots the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Ball's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
D passes to Randle. Here's D. Gobert with a screen on Smith. And it's D missing. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 18.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Buzelis after the basket by Minnesota. Vucevic is screen on McDaniel. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That is his first foul of the game. And over the last few years, we have seen an explosion of talent from Canada.
Tell you what, you go back to the mid-2000s, Steve Nash is winning those back-to-back MVPs. That's certainly part of it, but I really think a generation of players picked up the game, seeing guys like Steve Nash, and then the influx of great Canadian collegiate players going on to NBA success will certainly continue to keep that pipeline going. Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
And Chicago shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Pass to Buzelis. High post Vucevic. To the paint. Here's White. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Edwards. Lets the three fly. Another three that time. A beautiful shot from D. D's got 28 points for the game. A challenging stretch here for Chicago. Outside White. Back to Giddey. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Vucevic. Buzelis with the ball. No scoring in this one. Now here's Giddey. And the Bulls with another miss. And here is McDaniels. Here's D. Launches a three. And the three ball is good. D's got 31 points.
Well, I love what he's done in this first half. At least so far. Increasing confidence every time down the floor. You can see it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Vucevic is screen on McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Here's Vucevic. Cans the 12-footer. Vucevic has got his second basket of the game.
You look at the mid-range area of the court, definitely in Vucevic's game. Clearly, he's an outstanding shooting center.
Pass to D. For three. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. White bounce pass. Buzelis with the ball. Lets it go from 11. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. D passes to Randall. Here's the three. Another shot. And Reed with the lay-in.
Saving that trip. Naz Reid turning a miss into a bucket.
Here's Giddey. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's D. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. D's got 33 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
The Bulls shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Pass to Giddey. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And that one's good. D's got 35 in the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Now here's Giddey. Not a lot of room. Pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Reed, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's D. He has 35. Fires for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's Minnesota in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It is a wonderful night for basketball and a wonderful time to get a quick, wonderful rundown of how the wonderful West looks early on in this wonderful season. Is that too many wonderfuls?
No, you're wonderful. You know, right now for Minnesota, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I got to say, they are making it look easy. Here in this early part of the season, at least. And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Timberwolves.
You know, on the boards, they've been ferocious. They've been intimidating. Reminds me of watching Big Fella out there.
You know, they're going to have some bruised elbows tonight. Thank you, Kenny. That was your first compliment in 3 years.
2.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's D in at the point guard position. Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click, but now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play 2 bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the things undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well.
Now here's White after the miss from D. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
And so he's able to get one of two. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now, here's Dosunmu after the miss from D. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. And again, Chicago. No good.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Here's D. Hits the three-point bomb. D's got 43 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. And that one is hammered home.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. So it's Chicago now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Pass to Dosunmu. Nailed from three-point land. Dosunmu's got 5.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Bounce pass from Randall. Outside Edwards. Takes the 3. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Dosunmu, the pass to Giddey. Off target with his 3. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Here's D. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Giddey. Makes it off the glass. 20 points for him.
Giddey making the defenders look like they're on ice.
Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Chicago calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by D.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
Minnesota making a switch here. Conley's checked in. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. Michael Conley is 3rd.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Ends up going with the new group. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Dillingham comes in for McDaniels. And it's D in for Mike Conley. Here's D. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Now Herter. Williams kicks the ball. Collins looking around. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
It's been all Timberwolves. D passes to Randall. Here's D. Timberwolves passing it around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things. I like the fact that Reid is pretty crafty. He's got a good understanding and feel for the game. I mean, he makes plays, especially around the hoop, that other big men can't.
Terry's checked in for the Bulls. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Smith. Anthony Edwards making his last shot, and he gets it to go.
Terrific trip down the floor that time. Jalen Smith ends up scoring down low. You want that ball in the paint and in his hands.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. It's Edwards on the wing, defended by Carter. Here's D, back to Edwards. Beats the buzzer! Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's Minnesota with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's Miller out. We've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Here's D. Pass to Ingles. Here's D. There's the three. The shot that time, not on target.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's White. Trains the three-pointer.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's D. Shot clock at 6. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Bulls ball.
And here is Giddey. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy
What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
Huge moment on the show today as I am ready to unveil my ultimate NBA Dynasty rankings.
All right, I mean, it took you long enough.
Actually, he brought this up 2 weeks ago.
Finally, Toby says something useful.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it would have taken me 20 minutes, but maybe that's because I know how to ball.
No one knows more than me, Russell,
Whatever.
about anything.
Oof, that is patently false.
And you can patently shut it.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe not, Toby. I'm not a book boy like you, but I am a knower of ball, and I am ready to unveil my dynasty list.
All right, just say it already. Do we need a drum roll?
All right, here we go. In reverse order, please hold your applause until the end. Number 9, Hakeem's Rockets.
I like that. I like that.
Number 8, Isaiah's Bad Boy Pistons. Number 7, LeBron's Big 3 Heat. Number 6, Birds Big 3 Celtics. Number 5, Steph's Warriors. Number 4, Duncan's Spurs. Number 3, Kobe's Lakers. Number 2, Magic's Showtime Lakers. And number 1.
I mean, it's obviously Jordan's Bulls.
Jordan's Bulls.
Wrong! It's Jordan's Bulls!
Yeah, that's what I said.
No spoilers, Russ.
I mean, we both said it already.
We could debate the definition of spoiler all day long, but what I want to know is, what do you think?
I mean, quite frankly, it's a shockingly coherent list, especially for you, Jalen. But, you know, I think some of the placement is debatable.
Nobody cares, Toby. Russ, what do you think? You're a hooper. How'd I do?
Honestly, I think my biggest thing is Duncan Spurs. You know, I feel like you put him a little high.
What about 5 championships? Don't you understand,
No, I know.
Russell?
It's how long it took to get him, you know?
Duncan's first championship came in 1999, and his last was in 2014. That's a 16-year span.
Right, and the Warriors, who you put below them, won 4 in 9 years. I mean, I could even make it the case for the Celtics being more dominant, winning 3 and 7, including 5 finals appearances. And
MP, you the man. I can't wait to go to the family reunion.
Night, MP.
Solid effort tonight on both ends.